Imagine an extremely accurate speaker, so flat that Taylor Swift could never. Imperfections jump out like your ex. Well, that speaker is the best studio monitor that I have ever used, the Neumann 310A. I'm 30 Killer Beast, and today we're going to be reviewing a very special speaker, the Neumann 310A. Shout out to Sounds for sending this to me. They have so many great options available for you if you're looking to upgrade your studio or take your music production needs to the next level. Check out their website, link in the description. I highly recommend their website. Now, these isn't your average everyday studio monitors. These are Neumann's 3-way loud speaker for near-field monitoring and also multi-channel systems. These speakers can be used for different projects, music, broadcast centers, OB vans, post-production studios, mixing, and mastering. These speakers are literally designed for pretty much almost anything. Personally, I've been using these speakers for almost a little while now, and I got a lot to say about it. Mainly, I've been using these speakers for like mixing and mastering. And if you guys need any help with mixing some of your songs with using these speakers, I will definitely help you out with that. Go ahead and book me, man. Link in the description. I've been mixing some of my songs, some celebrities, some secret projects that I'm working on, and by far I just gotta say these are some very amazing speakers. We're gonna talk about 3 main important things: the price, the design, and of course the sound quality. First off, let's go ahead and talk about the price. These are not some very cheap speakers. These are not some $300, $200 speakers. These cost about $2,500. That's the same price of a MacBook. Altogether, if you get both of these studio monitors, that's about $5,000. That's like a down payment on a house. I know that because I'm a realtor. But now the question comes in as, are these really worth $5,000? When you order this thing, what does it come with? It basically comes with this box here with the speaker inside, of course, and basically just some cables. But, you know, as you can see, Neumann was not really playing about how the speaker comes to you. They want to make sure this gets to you very safely. The packaging is really nice and high quality. So you're going to be okay when you get this studio monitor, because I don't think it's going to mess up during shipping. But don't quote me on that. You know, that's just $5,000 now. No, don't sue me now. When you take out these speakers and feel it in your hands for the first time, you're going to feel this does feel very high quality. It doesn't feel like a cheap $300 speaker. Everything feels like it was put together for a purpose. It feels like it was very nicely made. On the side and on the back of these speakers, there are mounting points. So if you're one of those people that like to mount up your speakers on the wall or whatever reason, this speaker is definitely for you. It comes with the nice Neumann logo, you know what I'm saying? If you're a Neumann fan like I am, you know what I'm saying? It's just what it is. I'm using a Neumann microphone. Hopefully you guys are watching this video, you know what I'm saying? You can sponsor me, whatever, you know what I'm saying? We can work something out. That'll be great. But the Neumann logo lights up white so you can see that it's on. But not only that, but it also turns red if the sound is getting a little bit too loud. If that were the case, it'll automatically reduce the sound by 20 dB so you don't break your $5,000 speakers. Also, if you have these speakers on for too long and they start to overheat, the Neumann logo is also going to turn red to let you know that, hey man, you know, you're going a little bit too crazy now. So Neumann has different ways that actually help you with your investment. And you could also adjust how bright you want the logo to be. So I think that's pretty great. Personally, I got mine turned down all the way to the bottoms. I don't like, you know, a bunch of bright lights in my face, you know what I'm saying? It's hard enough I gotta do this for YouTube and all these bright lights in my face, but definitely not when I'm making beats and making music, you know? So you have that option, and I like that you can turn the light down. Next, let's talk about the sound quality. Before I get into that, let's go ahead and talk about our sponsor for today, DistroKid. Shout out to DistroKid for sponsoring this video. If you're looking to upload your music to all the streaming platforms, definitely choose DistroKid. One of my favorite reasons on why I like using DistroKid is because you can split the royalties between all the creators. Now, that way you don't have to blow somebody's phone. Hey man, where's the money at? Did you get paid yet? Hey, did you get that money yet? You don't have to worry about that with DistroKid. You connect everyone who was involved with the song and they will get the royalties split out automatically, all using DistroKid. With DistroKid, you get 100% of your royalties as well. They have so many options available, like promo cards where you can promote your music on social media with just a click of a few buttons. And they also have other options to help you with getting a phone number if you want to send that over to your fans to text you so you can stay connected. And they have a great option available to help you with mastering your songs to get them to a nice level so they sound great as well. Literally, I could talk all day about DistroKid, and there's so many features available for them, and I personally use their service. That's why I highly recommend it, and I really appreciate you guys at DistroKid for sponsoring this video. Link in the description if you want to get 7% off. Definitely check out their affordable plans that they have. Now there's so much more affordable than ever, so there's really no excuse not to check it out. Link in the description. Go ahead and sign up as soon as possible because you're going to need DistroKid if you're doing music. All right, now let's jump into the sound quality of these $5,000 speakers. Now I'm just going to break it down into the highs, the mids, and the lows. So let's talk about the highs. Now the highs are definitely clear. You're going to definitely hear everything in the highs, but you know, it's not too much, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't sound like it's like super crispy, but at the same time, it's not super dull. It's not dull and it's not crispy. The highs are at a right level where it feels like it's not too fatiguing and not annoying. So, you know, you can listen to these speakers for a very long time. I promise you that, because I've compared these speakers to other studio monitors. Those speakers can definitely get fatiguing over time, and they got to try very hard to get those highs crisp and clear. These studio monitors, no, you don't have to worry about that at all. Subscribe to the channel if you want me to compare these to some other speakers like Yamaha's, Atom Audios, or whatever. Let me know in the comments, and go ahead and subscribe and hit that like button. Personally, when I've been using these speakers for mixing and mastering, I can definitely hear all the details in the voice, but at a very flat level. And as you can see, I'll also use SonarWorks to you know, get the right correction for my studio here. And of course, you know, I got some Prime Acoustic London 12s and all around my room and all that kind of stuff. So that definitely helped out. But still, as you can see, the highs are very flat. And I really like the highs on these studio monitors. You're gonna have a great time in understanding where things are really at with these studio monitors. Now, let's talk about the mids. And you're probably seeing those little dips and bumps there, as you can see. It's probably really just my room, because, you know, if you check the manual, these are really flat monitors, as you can see here with this graph. But for whatever reason, my room just has, you know, causes that to change a little bit. But so that's why I use SonarWorks to fix that. But you know, after listening to these studio monitors, you know, in the mid range, I could definitely tell it's very flat and clear, but not just flat and clear. It's very open as well. Like, I can definitely hear like everything around the vocals, you know, when I'm mixing or just hearing other people's songs. You know, I can really just hear all the detail in that mid, and it's up at a level where it's not over exaggerated or anything like that. It's very, very flat. You know, I can definitely tell like the mids kind of align with the highs in a very non-fatiguing way, but not over the top or not exaggerated. It sounds very flat and natural, and I really like that for like mixing vocals, because you really want that sound to translate to other speakers, and you're not going to get that with speakers that make it sound better. You know, these speakers don't make things sound better at all. They give you what it actually sounds like, and I really truly enjoy that. And I definitely can tell you that these speakers are not trying to give you something that is not, you know, it's giving you what it actually is. And I prefer these speakers over a lot of other speakers. Now let's talk about the lows. Now this is something that I've never experienced with any other speaker at all. These studio monitors are so good as far as like the lows. I literally, like, I have a subwoofer, guys. I do, and I typically normally throw my subwoofers on pretty much any speaker that I use. But these studio monitors for $5,000, I promise you, you don't need a sub at all. I promise you, you do not need a sub. I took off my sub when I used these studio monitors, and literally I was like, yo, you can literally hear everything in the lows. And you're gonna see another video of me comparing these speakers to some other ones and why that is the case, because these studio monitors can go extremely low, more than other speakers, which is why you kind of really don't need a sub. Other studio monitors, like the low end, kind of just like drift off and, you know, kind of gets lower and not as impactful, versus these studio monitors, no, not at all. You're gonna hear exactly everything that's in that low end, bring up to enough volume where it's flat, but it's still realistic at the end of the day. So, you know, if you're hearing a song that has a lot of bass, they mixed it that way for it to have a lot more bass. You're going to be able to tell that for sure by listening to it on these speakers. And because I have a sub, sometimes in the back of my mind, I'm thinking like, you know what, let me just, you know, throw on the sub and just turn it down, you know, to a frequency that it starts kicking in at like below 100 hertz. Honestly, I just feel like I really don't need to, because it sounds that good. For $5,000, I better get every frequency in my face. You know what I'm saying? Like, and honestly, that's literally what Neumann's giving to you. And crazy enough about the design, there are no physical air ports that you can see to the eye. I don't know where there are, but I think they're in the back back. From what I read in the manual, they say, you know, make sure you have some distance on the back so the air can circulate somewhat like that. That's not word for word, don't quote me on that, but I'm not able to find any air hole ports on this studio monitor, which is very unique to me. It doesn't affect the quality of the sound. So on the screen, I have the Neumann's recommended distance on how far these studio monitors should be. I tried it out in different distances between like having them on the outside of my studio monitors versus having them inside. And by far they sound better when you bring them closer together. They do sound good when you bring it out, but I'm starting to be more of a fan of, you know, studio monitors being a little bit more closer in, which is why I have them set up the way how I do. I am getting a brand new desk. I can't wait for this desk to get here. So stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, make sure you turn on that notification bell so you'll be notified about when I drop that video. Now, with the experience that I have with these speakers, do I think it's worth the price? And with that being said, honestly, I have to say, if you have the money and you're looking for something, you know, very over the top, expensive, and giving you exactly what you should be hearing, I promise you, you're not gonna be mad about these speakers at all. I've seen other people online say crazy stuff like, you know, these speakers are very boring. In an instance, it probably could be boring to some people. It's not giving you a superly bright modern sound, more so just realistic and natural. You know what I'm saying? Because there's some other speakers that I'm not gonna mention in this video that sound really great and flat, but more modern and crispy and bright, versus these speakers just sounding natural and flat. You know, but that's what you kind of want when you're, you know, actually mixing and mastering. You don't want something giving you what it's not. You don't want a speaker making things sound better and then you hear it on other speakers, it doesn't sound the same. Using these speakers, I have definitely noticed my mixes have gotten a whole lot better. I have also noticed that things translate very well over to other speakers, especially the low end. There are a bunch of different speakers that I have used over the years that the low end didn't translate well. It sounded good on my studio monitors, but it wasn't as loud as I thought it was. If your low end is loud on these speakers, oh, for sure they're loud on everywhere else. If you're in the market for spending around that amount for some studio monitors and you want something seriously really good, definitely check out these monitors. I highly recommend it. If you have that budget, this is definitely a serious speaker. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, link in the description. Don't forget to check out my personal website, themusicgang.com, if you're looking for templates for mixing and mastering. If you're looking to have me mix and master your songs with using these speakers, go ahead and book me, link in the description. Let me know in the comments what other videos you guys want to see on this channel, what other items you want me to review. You guys stay safe. Peace.